I lost $18,000 to someone I trusted completely. No scam email, no fake investment, no stranger on the internet, just a text message that said, "I promise I'll pay you back." There's a rule in personal finance that sounds cold, but exists for a reason. Lending money to friends is one of the fastest ways to lose both. Most people don't believe this until it happens to them. I didn't either. The request came on a Tuesday night. A close friend and someone I'd known for 6 years called me in a panic. They were 3 months behind on rent. Eviction notices were piling up. Late fees were compounding daily. They had a new job starting in 2 months. They just needed help bridging the gap. The amount, $18,000. I laughed at first. I thought they were joking. They weren't. They sent screenshots, past due notices, emails from the landlord with deadlines highlighted in red. This wasn't a casual ask. This was desperation. I said no immediately. That money was my emergency fund. 2 years of careful saving, my safety net, my peace of mind. But they kept talking. They explained how the late fees were making everything worse, how they'd already borrowed from family, how I was their last option. They even wrote out a repayment plan, $500 a month for 3 years. I looked at that plan and thought, this is structured. This is real. They're taking this seriously. So I convinced myself this wasn't spending money. This was helping someone get back on their feet. I transferred $18,000. Gone in one click. At first, everything seemed fine. They thanked me constantly, said I saved their life. The first payment came on time. $500, exactly as promised. Then the second, right on schedule. I remember feeling relieved. See, it's working. They're responsible. The third payment was 5 days late. I didn't say anything. I didn't want to be that person who hounds their friends over money. Then the fourth payment didn't come at all. I texted, casual, friendly. "Hey, just checking in. Everything okay?" The response came 3 days later. "I'm so sorry, work cut my hours. I'll get it to you next week." Next week became next month. The excuses started stacking up. Car broke down, medical bill. Something unexpected always came up. I tried to be understanding. Life happens, right? But understanding doesn't refill a savings account. What broke me wasn't the missed payments. It was Instagram. 6 months in, I opened the app and saw them at a music festival. Front row, designer sunglasses, drinks in hand. The ticket price for that festival? About $800. More than they owed me that month. I stared at that photo for a long time. That's when it hit me. My money wasn't going where I thought it was. When I finally confronted them, the tone shifted immediately. They said I was being unfair, that I knew they were struggling, that I shouldn't have lent the money if I was going to hold it over their head. That phrase stuck with me. Hold it over their head, as if expecting repayment on a loan was somehow manipulative. In their mind, this had never been a loan. It was help, a favor, something I was supposed to let go of. The payments never resumed. The conversation stopped. No apology, no plan. Just silence. I had no contract, no legal leverage, just trust. And trust, it turns out, isn't legally binding. I lost $18,000 and a 6-year friendship. This wasn't bad luck. This was a series of terrible financial decisions, and I made every single one of them. Here's what went wrong. First, I used my emergency fund for someone else's emergency. Emergency savings exist for your stability, not for emotional decisions made under pressure. The moment I transferred that money, I put myself in the exact position my friend was in, financially vulnerable. Second, there was no real agreement. A text message isn't a contract. A handwritten repayment plan isn't enforceable. Without legal terms, without consequences, a loan is just a gift with expectations attached. Third, I ignored the warning signs. If someone needs $18,000 with no collateral, no credit options, and no family willing to help, that's not bad luck. That's a pattern. Fourth, I confused helping with enabling. Helping someone means giving them tools to solve their problem. Enabling means solving the problem for them. and creating a new one for yourself. I thought I was being a good friend. What I actually did was teach them that my boundaries were negotiable. If a friend ever asks you for money, you have 3 smart options. Option 1, say no. It's uncomfortable. It might feel cruel, but no is a complete sentence, and it's cheaper than regret. Option 2, gift an amount you're okay never seeing again. If you can afford $50 and genuinely don't care if it comes back, give it freely. No repayment plan, no expectations, no resentment. Option 3, treat it like a business transaction. Written contract, payment schedule, collateral if possible. Real consequences for non-payment. If that feels too harsh for a friendship, then you've answered your own question. If none of those options feel right, don't do it. Because here's the truth. If lending money can ruin your relationship, the relationship isn't strong enough to survive the loan. I rebuilt that $18,000. It took time, it required discipline, but I did it. What I couldn't rebuild was the assumption that good intentions equal good outcomes. I learned that the most expensive mistakes don't look like mistakes. They look like kindness. The rule isn't cruel, it's honest. And now, when someone asks to borrow money, I remember the cost isn't just what you lend, it's what you lose when they don't pay you back.